Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here with you again. Today we're going to have a look at how to play the Paul Rodgers and Free classic Wishing Well from 1972. Now, before disbanding the group in 1973 with Rodgers and drummer Simon Kirke going on to form Bad Company shortly thereafter, the band Free basically only had two real hits during their 4-year run. All Right Now, of course, from 1970, and the track we'll be looking at today, Wishing Well, from the group's final album, Heartbreaker. Now, with an easy-to-play opening riff and a short and pretty easy-to-play guitar solo and just a bunch of three-finger power chords throughout, for the most part, the whole track isn't that difficult to play, so it shouldn't give you too much trouble. That's it. Let's close it and get started, shall we? All right, then, let's have a look at how to play Wishing Well by Paul Kosoff and Free. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. Pretty easy opening riff to this one, goes a little something like this. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're into the first verse. So it starts with a slide into 7 of the A string off to 5, and then we're going to go 7 off to 5 of the low E. Hang on that for a bit, and then you're going to slide into 7 of the low E and go 7, 5, 3, open. Right, and then you're going to start it again, and then coming off that A note there the second time, you're going to drop into a big G power chord, or a big G cowboy chord, whatever you like, you know. Let that ring for 2 bars, and then off to an E major chord. And you're going to let that ring for 2 bars before dropping into the first verse. And that's the intro. Make sure you get those slides in, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we drop into the first verse. Now the guitars during the first verse are played a little bit lighter. Kind of like that. So we're going to drop into an E power chord, 3-finger power chord here at the 7th fret position. We're going to hang in this for 2 bars, hitting the E power chord on the beat every time. Kind of like a press release, press release, press release, right? Very staccato. Then off to C, back to D, and back to E again. So when we're in C, just 3-finger C power chord, we're going to arpeggiate the notes. Kind of like that, right? A, D, G, D. Move it into D and do the same thing. And then back to E for 1 bar. And then repeat. And then we're into the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is going to be played a little more aggressively, C to D to E, 4 times. C, D, E, and then the final time, we're just going to go C to D, letting them ring, back to the riff. Same as at the beginning. Drop into G, let it ring, then off to E, let it ring, into the next verse. Same as the first, but let's recap. 2 bars of E, then C to D, E, and repeat. Pre-chorus, C, D, E, more aggressive. 4 times, final times, riff. Now this time, coming off that note this time, we're going to drop into the bridge. So we're going to kill our volume a little bit. This is mostly driven by piano, but you can hear the guitars in the background playing nice and light. Like that. So we're going to drop right into an A minor chord, full A minor chord, and then off to F major, G major, A minor. Nice and played nice and lightly 4 times. F major, G major, A minor, F major, G major, A minor, right? And then we're going to get more aggressive with this. 4 times. final time, we're going to drop into C for the guitar solo. 2 bars of C, 2 bars of D, 1 bar of F, 1 bar of G, and then back into A minor. Right? That's what we're soloing over for the solo. Pretty easy guitar solo here. Goes a little something like this. So when we drop into C, we're dropping into that lick right there. So we're sliding into 7 of the D string down to a double hit on the 5 of the G. Back up to the 7, back to the 5. Into that. So coming off that 5 the second time, we're going to drop onto 7 of the G, give it a full step bend, grab the 5 of the B, and then 7 off to 5, back to 7 of the G. And then you're going to take that note, slide it up and down the neck, back onto 5, back onto 7. And then we finish the solo, a very short solo. With that right there. So we're soloing in A minor using the A minor pentatonic here for the most part. So we're jumping up here to a 20 of the B string, little bend release off to 17, and then drop onto the 19 of the G, little bend release off to 17, back onto 19, and then you're going to give that 2 bends. The second bend, you're going to drop down here to the 17 of the high E, and then just drop right onto that 20 of the B and bend it a whole bunch of times. And then slide out of it, right? And that's pretty much the guitar solo right there. Right, and now we're having a key change here. So we're going to drop back into the pre-chorus, but now it's going to be in A. So originally it was C to D to E, right? With that right there. Now we're going to go F to G to A minor. 4 times. And then the final time, let it ring. Right, let that F ring, let that G ring, and then we drop into the main riff again, this time in A. And you just keep on repeating it over and over and over again until the end of the track. Now we're playing the exact same fret numbers here, but now on the A and D string. Right, sliding into 7 of the D, 7 off to 5 of the A, and then sliding in 7, 5, 3, open of the A, and then just repeat. Right, until the end of the track. And there you go. That is how you play Wishing Well by Free and Paul Kosoff. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there, wherever it is. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that'd be very kind. Hope you're well out there, and we'll see you next time, yeah? Cheers.